this is probably contradictory to everything that I always say. I don't represent numbers, I represent real people, but the numbers paint the story. And we need the numbers to arm us with the facts. And so knowing this, that contributes to the racial wealth gap in this country. And especially if you look at what happened during the pandemic, people leaving the workforce for so many other things, there's ways that we can uplift this and address these retirement accounts. Because think about if you leave the workforce as a woman and to take care of a child after childbirth, or to for any health related issue, then that is money that even people who have a retirement account at work, you're not paying into it. And when we looked at what happened during the pandemic, more Black women left the workforce. That's less money that is being invested in these retirement accounts so that people can retire someday. I don't want to work until, forever either, Simone. We might get to retire together. We can travel the world.
Yes, we get a summer house.
But it means that we have to address so many other issues that go into this, like the child care crisis in this country. And so when I introduced a bill, the SEDS Act, and it's a bipartisan piece of legislation that would make sure that economic development districts have to consider child care when they're thinking about you have to consider transportation, traffic, housing, but child care is not one of those indicators. But my bill would change that. And that means that more women can stay in the workforce, which means you're putting more into these retirement accounts so that you can retire someday. And you're not looking at these gaps of years where you're not paying into this retirement account.
And I would just add the Equal Rights Act, right? Women getting equal pay for equal work, right, y'all? We're getting paid 67 cents on the dollar, which comes out to about $22,000 a year, which is over a lifetime of work. Almost $1 million, 900,000.
Interest.
And add interest on that, right? And so those are the things that we can do, that we continue to push for every year. But as we continue to change the landscape, because as we often say, to change the laws, we have to change the lawmakers. So as we continue to improve our numbers of representation, we just got another CBC member. Yes, we're 60 deep at CBC now. Thanks to Gabe, Amo. But when we do that, then that's how we also can address that bottom line as it relates to retirement funds too.